Hello, everybody. This is Lenora in another episode of Strange Horticulture. And we got this card on our last. Put it down here in the clues, I guess. I have this in the letters, and I have no clue. It looks like numbers or something. I don't know. I also have this disc thing here, and I have no clue what I'm supposed to do with those. But let's go ahead and pick our first customer today. We got Ribbon Ward again. The Fox button was no help. I'm afraid the Sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at Side Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Don't suppose you've got anything to help keep down my lunch. My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones. We need Fennec. Chewing on tough fruit of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. It has long, soft leaves. Long, flat leaves. Petals are soft and feathery to the touch. Okay, that's the one that hurts your hand. No flower, sparse leaves. That's the long flat leaves. See, this it has leaves on opposite sides, like this one does. Not. Maybe this one? No. No. Cream-colored flowers, they smell wonderful. The leaves are quite soft. Long, soft leaves. Okay. Which fig? It does look like kind of like a fig there. Okay. David Sheffer again. Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seems in a good mood. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on the recent trip to Grizzledale Forest just north of Rustland. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the Sisterhood had given me a moment alone. They seem overly protective lately. Very kind regards, Verona Green. Okay. Discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grizzledale Forest, northeast of Rustland. Grizzledale Forest, north. There's rustling. There's north. There's east. From the moment I stepped off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women, wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to the wall, backed, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Mellow glow. Mellow glow. Among the uses of this plant, most remarkable, it can allow a person to pass unnoticed, though not invisible. It possibly comes hidden from sight and memory. Mellow grass has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. Okay. This has thorns and that has thorns. Those are the only 2 with thorns. Turquoise flower with sharp thorns. Single pink flower that smells pleasant. It doesn't say anything about the thorns. And this says sharp thorns, so we're going to go with that one. And we got another plant added to the book. Move that one down since it's been discovered. With the help of Mellow Glow, I walk right past the sisters, without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about, and I take my leave. New plant. And we can archive that one. Bay Swift. I'm afraid the camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it, but the visions are strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I do not know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down into the abyss, but I am afraid. Okay, I think this one here is Candlewood. Oh, maybe not. This is a red flower that provides a shielding effect against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long thin stem grows among tall leaves. Spreads a red flower. Bright red flowers that grow on thin ends of thin stems. Long thin stems that grow among tall leaves. So we're going to try that one. And that's the Candlewood. Got Worry Less to add to the book. And that's one less plant over there. This one here. Margaret Elsbeth. Ooh, she's got a weird shaped face. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of life in the otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one that is not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Sisterhood. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they'll be of interest to a horticulturist such as yourself. Collect the letter. You're cordially invited to Salzburg Castle, Lord and Ladies Ellsworth. Blah. That was a mouthful. Well... Salzburg Castle. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elspeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognize. But before I can stop, take a look, she has already whisked me away on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, Lady Elspeth cries as I make my leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. So we got 2 plants and a book entry. I think this one is the fever kiss that I just seen. And we got Francis Aberton. I'm looking for a plant with yellow flowers and coarse leaves. Small yellow berries. That's not it. But we'll put the yellow berries next to the red berries. What's this? The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Okay. Wondering. Oh, it's kind of like that one. They were too close together there. Plant that helps with heartburn. Clarity of vision. That's treatments of the stomach. That's candy root. Okay, a plant with medicinal properties that can aid digestive trouble when prepared properly. And it has yellow flowers. Does it say something? Coarse leaves, coarse to the touch. So that's what he wants. He just didn't know. But that plant's already identified. Melina Scott. They're saying Black Comb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up in Swinside. I've come for some stinking mountain cap. Sunset mountain cap. Sunset mountain trap. That looks like mountain cap. Oh, it does say cap there. Anyway, can't read. It's a type of fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking mountain cap, as a result of an unpleasant odor thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering a home, and often is placed in doorways, and it's mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. Well, I'm wondering if this one here, because it smells strongly of soured milk, bad enough to make my eyes watered. So that one's a possibility. What's this one say? Bioluminescence. It smells rotten. That one smells rotten and that one smells rotten. That one smells of wood. It says domed, so I'm thinking it's got to be this one, because that's not a dome. That's more of a pointy hat type. We got henchuck, but that's another identified plant. And that is the end of the day. Do they give me anything here? She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east, wherever heart grows. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable Loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to the drink. And with the end of that day, we're going to go ahead and end it here. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like. If you'd like to see the next episode, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see y'all there.